Hello, Drifters of the Internet. It's Packrat here again. No, I sound slightly exasperated. That's because I did not record, and also, if we look, this is not where we ended off last episode. Because I accidentally did not record, did all of the rest of day 3, where I proceeded to smack my head against Shimmer, which we don't have, and that's important later. And I did identify a couple of these plants. And so we're going to be able to probably rip through day 3 really quickly. And I wish I could show you clips of it, but when I went to go edit and play back my recording to make sure it all worked well, I discovered I had recorded the last 10 seconds of gameplay, which was me signing off. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay attention, and I don't know why I didn't check. I mean, I know I didn't check. I do everything on a single monitor, but that's beside the point. We're at the start of day 3, and here we go with Wilbur Miller. Actually, hold fast, Wilbur. We're gonna go explore. Fuck you. North of Harkstead, east of Lokewind. Okay, let's see. Lokewind, east of Lokewind. Here. North of Harkstead, here. South of the Crustal Crags, there. And west of Rustland. Where the okay. So, Rustland. So on the east side of Lokewind. Where's Rustland at? Rosland. Oh wait, I'm silly. If we're on the west side of Rosland, so go over here. I was looking over here. Blackborough Castle, Undermere, the Daughters, Dungeon Gale, Great Bleakfoot, Trover, Foxwood, Whitefell, Bod Ravenglare, Lockville. The castle. Is it a mountain? No. I think it's here. Oh, right there. There's Rustland. Yep. So, Rustland. So, it's this line, north, and there. Okay. Silhouette of that was just the hermit. His mind broke. Yeah, I feel that. What you guys didn't see is I broke my mind 4 times trying to identify Shimmerlung, only to find out I just didn't even have it. Ah, great. My coffee's watery and old. Great. It's like lukewarm, watery. Anyway, so what this game does is, you always will, it will always ask for plants that you have access to, and story plants it will, like, guide your hand with those little cards and, like, these letters. It will always give you the plants that you need, you just need to have them. I did not have them. Anyway, his vacant eyes fixate on nothing, the whisper of expression as Mike Gray's, hang on, let me check. I'm super paranoid now. Raises his hand. Whispers of expression as my gaze wipes his face, but only a whisper. He raises his hands and points. He follows his outstretched fingers, and I am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. So, neither one of these are helpful. This is the... Oh, wait, hang on. It's not the Lady of Summer. Is that the Lady of Summer? Yes, this is the Lady of Summer. Book and Tree for Fennet. So this is Lady Summer, which goes on the other side of Lemon Dandy, which is here. This is Wren. Once again, I've played through this day before. This is, and I'm gonna just quickly identify all the plants that we're gonna need. Brim Lock I didn't start my recording. Cool. It's gonna be a little longer. This is Brimlock, the transformer plant. This is Sunset Mount Cap. We're gonna get in. We're probably gonna get an entry about this, and this is gray sand fire. Okay. Here we go. All right, helper. Okay, David, what you want? What you want? The Arbiter's been killed. In fact, we're actually gonna go check that out so we can confirm a couple things. Okay, so that uses the Brimlock. But first, so it turns out I was going here, and if you go here, the sisters get mad at you. But if you go here, a sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. I'm ushered into a walled courtyard and through a large oak door in a corridor. Along a corridor, down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Lying on a table draped with silk is Yarmra. There's not a mark on her, but her eyes are black, and her mouth, and her veins, and her hair, all black as raven's wing. Okay, do we know that she didn't have black hair before this? Because I'm just saying. Do you know what could have done this? I asked my escort, and I set to work, Wren. And so Wren is an interesting plant, because its long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so it can be used to detect them. It also, although it has no flowers, is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death, and sweet to those who have not. And if we go here to this long, non-flowering plant, the smell scratches the back of my throat. Ah, that's just water. And so, Wren. And that's, but due to how Wren works, this is gray sandfire, we're gonna get to that, but due to Wren how it works, it implies that either A, we either witnessed death, have died, or someone close to us died, and if I remember right, we did inherit this shop from our uncle. I extract a blood sample of the Armda's blood and introduce it to the Wren. Wren, this is Armda's blood. My suspicion immediately confirmed. The leaves turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded Gendru poisoning. I present my findings, and I'm quickly rushed away. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me away with a couple of plants which I am grateful for, which is the frickin' Shimmer Lung and Melon Glow. This, okay, that was a little loud, and I will admit, I'm sorry for that. Wren goes on the other side of Mary's breath, I believe, right? Yes. This is Shimmer Lung. And this is relevant because it's going to get asked for today. This, I believe, in the lost recording, Mellow Glow. I identified this as Fox Glow. It's, I believe, Melon Glow instead. We're going to put that there. Brimlock goes here. Sunset goes there. Gray Sandfire goes... let me show you the Gray Sandfire. Yeah, Gray Sandfire. Tough outer bark, which is said to be used for health purposes, dental hygiene care. Do not swallow it because it has unpleasant stomach distress. The flowers smoke like flame like tendrils right here. Give off a smoky scent to add the impression of a roaring fire. Smells faintly of wood smoke. And it goes on the other side of Harlequin Blue. Nope. Harlequin Blue, which is purple. And it sounds like the damned when burned, because I also something like that when burned. Anyway, Great Gabe, where we get to use Brimlock. Yeah, Brimlock. Push on, and I am unfaithfully recorded, and that's how I figured out what the sun is, because that has little mushrooms and smells like milk. And this guy, I don't know who this guy is. Real quick, just classify that as there. Pretty much with that, it's really cold and we want to turn back, and then so we use Brimlock to fortify ourselves against the cold, and we find this plant. Norman Lee. This plant is cursed. Oh, this is another one I thought was Shimmerlong. But yes, this plant is cursed and he doesn't want it, so he just dumps it on us. Which, rude. I don't know why you just dump cursed plants onto people. That's the dick move, dude. Alright, Forest Camphor, Clavidium, Butterdale, Brimlock, Simone Green. She tells us where the common trouse is. Harlequin Blue, Lemon Dandy, Mary's Breath, Melon Glow. Wait, where does the Lady of Summer go? Oh, it goes on the other side of Lemon Dandy. Yeah. Hello, Hellbrower. I always pleasant my friend, feline friend. Hope she wasn't nibbling on the plants. I have a favor to ask. You owe me the hours for digging information on those plants. I've been burning them in on though, and I could use some common trouse, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's Herbology, it grows in abundance in Red Peak. I've come to collect it the day after, and I have business in Sandbrook in the meantime. Here, take this, which is a entry on the common trouse. And so real quick, Fennet, Wren, St. John's Poppy, the Cap, and then the Wandering Bew. Fucking Shimmerlong goes here. I did not think a game about plants would cause me so much rage. Red Pike, lovely stroll. It's easy going. Whether it's simple and the views are majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm after, which is the common trouse, which is not common, and grows in Red Pike for some reason. And we're just going to common truce. Yeah, it's prescribed as common, but it is tried quickly to find. It only grows in abundance in Red Pike for some reason. Here we go. Victoria Green. Yep, what the fuck's the Shimmerlong? There, you. So yeah, so Shimmerlong, pleasant smelling, its leaves have stiff ribs. Shimmerlong can be identified by having flowers wrapped in large ragged leaves. I thought that was Shimmerlong. I thought this was Shimmerlong, this was Shimmer. I pretty much thought everything, including the mushrooms. Oh, this is Bishop Parasol. Including all these mushrooms were Shimmerlong. Thought this was Shimmerlong. I thought one of these was Red Agony, because Red Agony's name's actually a misnomer. Oh, anyway, should probably read off what this does. As I rant about frickin' Shimmerlong, when you work with the cult, it pays to uphold a certain image. When you get accused of performing witchcraft, anyway, it doesn't hurt to perform a show every now and then, and let the punters know what I'm capable of. Capable of that sort. Long story short, I've threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and a little bugger called my bluff. Don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like, and I can assure you he deserves to be a toad. Anyway, I think a little display would need to convince him, would need to discourage him this sort of behavior. Do you have any Shimmerlong? Which is right here. Which gives us Candlewood. Produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect that protects all ailments of the mind. A long stem... Candlewood. Long, thin stem grows along tall leaves. So... this could be the Candlewood. This could be Candlewood. Oh, red. So these could be Candlewood. Long, gross. Okay, so I think it's this one is the Candlewood. Which goes on the other side of Clavidium. Lovelock. Ruth beautiful plant I've been looking for, but no one seems to have it anywhere. Have any? Something. M something. Monk brew? I'm not sure. Although I know you should not touch the leaves. Okay, is it milk dew? Beautiful, made of smaller flowers, sought after decorative plant, difficult to care for. It's pleasant looking flowers, but touching leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Why do you want that? Oh, I'm gonna identify that real quick. Beautiful flowers. It's pleasant looking plants resulting in painful sores. This could be it. This could be it, or this. This might be it, but... Aha! Meek dew. Milk dew, meek dew. Alright, so we're gonna... Meek dew goes on the other side of Mary's breath, and this is called Bishop's Parasol because it gives a milky white substance, which I don't like. Is it called milky white because it has the consistency of milk? I don't want to describe it any further, just for squeamish people, but mushroom grows in damp places, feeding on any light source that comes close to it, and it seems to draw in light and envelop the surrounding darkness. The gills of the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that is said to can be consumed as a stomach pain, and so a vickish white ooze liquid can be oozing from its underside. So, and today, where then we get more information about our friend with the book. Years passed, time passed, a year, then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight, but not out of mind. The book was in her thoughts. When she shut up, when she rested, she brooded over what she did her chores and what she pictured when she dreamed. Day 4, Monday. My coffee tastes like shit. Oh, it's a pleasant little rain. Anyway, out into the rain we go. For these little cards, which is there. So that's there. The gentle sound of floating water and sunlight scatters the clouds. A reset. These guys. Check the view. Yeah, see, it's moved. Fox button was no help to me, I'm afraid. The sisterhood refused to be open to me, although I did not have time to pursue it properly. I was rushed off my feet this week. There was a body found on the Swiss side stone circle, and apparently it's a grisly one, so Fox button was a sign of friendship between strangers. I suppose you don't have anything to keep my lunch down. Fennett. My stomach never coped too well with the grizzly ones. I think this guy shows up in the other game. Chewing this rough plant is said to... chewing the tough roots of this plant is said to ease gastro-stress and reduce anxiety as long as soft leaves. Small red berries. Is this the Fennett? Smells like rhubarb. Long, soft leaves. Sweet scent. Soft pale flowers, and pleasant scent. Oh, maybe this is the Fennett? No. Is this the Fennett? Ah, yes. Okay, this might be the Fennett. Yeah. Woo, we're on a roll tonight. Witch fig. A plant which is said to many uses, including symptoms of infection, soaking moisture, and determine the presence of certain compounds, as also well known, like by butterflies. It has leaves similar to the fever kiss plant, which is awfully it is confused for. So this is either witch fig or fever kiss. You on the other side of possible melon glow, and you, my kind sir, are either or Fever Kiss. And we're going to leave you on this shelf because you could go either. Oh, wait, hang on. Winterboar. I think this might be Winterboar. Also known as Blue Aloe or Blue Winter, has cool blue-gray flowers. Winterboar is a hardy plant which can be found in extremely cold conditions. Rebel, you leave make efficient. Okay, so this, I believe, is Winterboar. Winterboar. Which goes on the other side of Witch Fig, which I think goes next to. God bless. Come on. Turn the bench. No. Oh, wait. Which goes on the other side of the view, which should be on here, but it is next to the Shimmer lung. Keep an eye on it. David! Nice to meet you. Morning! Victoria Green handed this to me for you. She seemed like in a good mood. Oh boy. I was supposed to meant to tell you this, but it slipped my mind yesterday. I discovered a plant near the top of Grisdale Forest north of Rustland, and it's nothing like I've seen before. I would have brought it back to the shifterhood to give me a moment, but they seem overly protective. Let's see if I can slip on slide. Grisdale Forest just north of Rustland. Northeast of Rustland. Right there. Okay. The moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling being watched. I suddenly find my path being blocked by 3 men in green cloaks holding short elbows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by the order of the arbiter. She's dead, says the leader of the trio. I turn my back. Then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeves. This would be melon glow. Yep. Yeah. Clebella, rare plant is believed to find peace in the present. Dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it make wreaths, which are placed in the use of their loved one. Cleberian flowers almost contain 6 petals. Finding a 7th petal one is believed to be good fortune. So actually, if I remember right, we actually might have one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this might be Clabaria. I am bad with the words. And let's see what plant we have. This guy. Okay. Oh yeah. Magnifying glass. Faye Swift, I am afraid. The camphor you gave me to help me sleep, and I'm very grateful the visions are strong as ever. I think she's a clairvoyant? The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night, and I think, what, screams at you? She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her is the presence. It's always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. My dreams feel like a warning, but I do not see a mosaic of colors that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare into the abyss, but I'm afraid. So remember, you are, yeah, a psychic. Fuck this guy. Called Scholar, the sister, the librarian, and the investigator. Okay. So I think we either have Candlewood, which protects the mind against all manner of afflictions, or Argellum. When burned, it is said to enhance psychic, to strengthen the clarity of visions and prophecies. So, if I remember right, this is Argamum. Argana. An extra I in here. Arguium. So, either A can give her Arganum, which is like a let it rip, or B, Candlewood, which is this guy. let's play it. So this one protects against, and this one enhances. So this is a let it rip. So she's on the fence. We can either A, send her down a psychic rabbit hole, or B. Okay, this one just protects against the mind, so she can. Okay, we're gonna give her the candlewood, because this one protects against the mind, so she can still dive deeper, and it helps. Worry less is an adapting for this plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to reduce symptoms of anxiety. So, I'm gonna put the candlewood here, and maybe our grower here. Worry less. Inhaling the smell of the flower said to reduce symptoms of anxiety. So we have one that makes us feel calm. Let's see. Blue stiff leaves. No, the orange flower has no noticeable odor. This one smells sweet like honey. This one hurts your fingers when you hold it. This one just smells unpleasant. Pleasant scent. That one might be worry less. And they smell wonderful, so that one also might be worry less. Okay. So. Ooh, hello, Margaret. We do not come to Undermare often, but I heard your shop, and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It is a wonderful breath of life in this otherwise dreary town. Yeah, Undermare's not nice. I'm the green-figured one. What the fuck? I'm the green-figured one. Oh, I'm the green-fingered one, and it is not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him a trip would be good for him. Besides, he wanted to take his boat on the lake. Shameful about the weather, though. You must come to Slizzle. We have a small library with book on plants my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they'd be interested in horticulture, such as yourself. You are cordially invited to visit the Sizzlebrind Castle, Lord and Lady Elizabeth. So we're going to just go right away. I greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elizabeth herself. She's very talkative and many questions of horticulture. I do my best to answer and take her to a tour. She takes me on a tour of her gardens. Oh, you must simply take a sample back, she proclaims, pointing to a plant I do not recognize. But before I can stop and take a look, she's already whisked me to the next one, and oh, this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have time to make it as through the study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find some interesting entry I wrote down. Oh, don't forget these, Lady Elizabeth cries as I take leave. She thrusts the plants into my hands, from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. 2 plants and a journal entry. Fever kiss. Aha! Yes. So, this, I think, is the witch fig. And this one, I forgot what it's called, but it helps you find things. So this, I'm about to show you. This one, if we hold it, the leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Because this one actually helps you look for something. And then here we have the witch fig, small red berries. And if we come here to fever kiss, small red berries. And if we look at its cousin, witch fig, yellow berries, they look identical outside of the berries. So we're going to quickly just do a quick edit here. Fever kiss and witch fig. I think it's YGG, right? Use Y. You can use Y's in place of I's. Yeah. Which goes on the other side of Winter Boar, and Fever Kiss goes next to Forest Camphor, which is here. Here. Philip Shaw. Mushroom, red spores. Moves in the dark. That's all I got. Any ideas? Yeah, it's this guy. Wandering View. Yeah, this guy. I'm fairly certain he is moving from his spot. They say that Blackcomb is haunted now. Brandy Miller told me she saw a ghost of a huge deer, antlers, and all that. Then again, Brandy Miller says he can talk to squirrels. I mean, I can talk to squirrels too, they just don't respond back. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Respect. Awful what happened to the poor man up at Swizdale. I've come for some stinky mudcap, so... stinky mudcaps, also known as sunset mudcap. Type of fungus with domed caps, and it said stinky mudcap is result of an unpleasant odor. It says they're unwanted souls and spirits entering the home and often placed in doorways. It's mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. That's the view. And so from here, it was odorly of soured milk enough to make my ice water. There we go. I feel like that not only disturbs like spirits, but also people. Henchuck. The fruit of the henchuck is can have a startling effect on memory. Even a small dose can help short-term memory loss, but in greater doses have known to cause severe amnesia. Remember, the dose makes the poison. The Termerus bulb has a usual structure that grows in bursts, giving it a striped appearance when cut open, and the outer layer hardens. Henchuck. The outer layer hardens and turns blue-green when it is ready to harvest. And I believe this is henchuck. Look, it has... Look. Okay. Look, it has stripes, so... Purple. Henchuck. Okay, and that goes on the other side of Lady O Summer. And we have to change nope, that's St. John's Poppy, the cap. Alright. Okay. One more day, here we go. She lives alone in the castle northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles east, where the Everheart grows. Ah, shit, I didn't read the thing. I think it was just about how she's scared of it, I think. Anyway. She lives alone west of the castle northwest of the abbey. So there's the abbey, there's the castle. She buried her husband 3 miles east where the Everheart grows. 1, 2, 3. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flower grows on a low mound. Grave. Is it grave robbing? If it's on top of the grave? Is harvesting plants grave robbing? Huh. I'm curious. I must thank you. Last time was the last time. In weeks, my mind was calmed. Oh, look at that. See, we helped her out. I'm no longer tormented by visions in the Jade Mask and that terrible monster. Yay! I was wondering if you have some worry less to keep my anxiety and anxious thoughts at bay. I think we have already identified worry? No, we have not. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to ease the symptoms of anxiety. Okay, so we know it's a small plant. It's a plant. I think we identified these. Let's make this the identifying shelf. These two as worry less. What does this one do? Pink flowers. Not helpful. Oh, bless. Alright, well, after Faye here, we're gonna call it. Alright, let's do... Well, we got a 50-50 here. Worry less. Haha! And Hop Heart. Inhaling the smoke burned from the dried leaves said to provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up on stems leading to blue flowers. So I think that is Hop Heart. So, this is the Worryless. Worryless. Wish I had that. Put that on the other side of Witch Fig, and I believe this is Hop Heart, which goes on the other side of Harlequin Blue. No, it goes on the other side of the Henchuck, which is here. Okay. And with that, gonna see you next time. Bye!